Hello everyone, I'm Irma Baker. Welcome to our show. And I am so glad today that finally, after several years, that pandemic that kind of got in the way of things, we can finally bring back a very special guest, Mark Ludwig from the Medina County Park District. Mark, it's just wonderful to have you back with us. So, what's been going on?
Yeah, where do I start?
Yes.
Yeah, it was probably 2019 or maybe even 2018 the last time I was on the show.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot has happened. So the biggest thing is when everything shut down, the whole world shut down. As naturalists, we did public programs, we did hikes, we did like everything, for the public in person, and then our jobs changed because everything went virtual. So, and to be honest with you, I had no idea how to do video. I had trouble filming video on my phone, or I never took pictures. I wasn't that guy.
So you were responsible for getting the Park District actually up online?
The YouTube site. The YouTube site we had for quite a long time, but I added the nature videos and things like that. So that was what my addition to it was. So with the help of my coworkers, of course. So, but yeah, I didn't know anything about video production. I enjoyed it, especially being on this show for so long. It was this is cool, and then I just fell in love with it basically. But yeah, we started, I don't know if it was 2020 or maybe 21 that we started with the show called Wild Medina. And the show is actually on WCTV, the website, as well as our website, which I'll talk about in a second. But we did 4 episodes, and it was a newscast. We had in between different segments based all on animals, of course, and I think some plants too. But
and I believe all of those shows either are still available,
they're still online,
or they will be.
Yep, they're still online, and unfortunately, we were only able to do 4. I wanted to keep it going, but then everything opened up again, and we went back to the the regular jobs of leading hikes and things like that. But it was fun. It was really we kept it funny, a sense of humor, and then educational and stuff too. But
yeah, I watched the shows.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed them.
So basically it turned into Peaceful Park Pause, which Joanna, thank you very much, posts every week on WCTV. So we have, I think we're up to maybe 90 episodes right now that she's posted since we've been doing that. So every week is something different. And right now it's mostly animals, but in the past it was me hiking. We have a GoPro, which I still use, but we were hiking trails, and a lot of the hikes were half hour or something, and I'm I don't think anybody's watching this anymore. So,
I think a lot of people were watching it.
But
I thought it was very nice,
yeah.
And especially these, the park pause. That's what I call them.
It's
the park
Peaceful
pause.
Park Pause.
Peaceful
Yeah,
park.
it was.
I can't say that fast.
No, I
Mark.
know. It's
doing that to me. But I think it gives people the opportunity to see parts of the park that maybe they can't walk the trails. Maybe they can't get out at times that they could be doing that.
And that was the whole idea behind it. Yeah, people that couldn't get out and walk. And I've actually had a lot of people come up to me and say, "Hey, this is nice that you have this on here. I can't get out and hike." And so, but it's the time thing, I think, right now more so. I'll probably do maybe a couple in the future again. but it's the shorter videos are a number one, I think, what most people are watching nowadays. But then also the time that it takes me is minutes to put it together. So whereas the longer videos took me half a day or something, so to edit and piece together. But yeah, I think we're kind of a little bit late on things, but it seems like everybody is just talking to Joanna this morning is watching the much shorter videos. So now, like I said, we're pretty late, but we're starting to do the shorts on YouTube because that's really what they're kind of pushing now. And
what is your YouTube channel?
So it is. It's if you go under our MedinaCountyParks.com website. and I have a couple slides that I brought today. So it's this is our main page, and actually this is our YouTube site. But if you go to our main page, it's changed a little bit. We have our fall scenes up now. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, which should be the next slide, and just hit the YouTube. That's the easiest.
Which is the YouTube?
The YouTube is right next to the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So right to the right of the Facebook, and you click that, that'll take you to our YouTube site, and then all of our videos are on there. So, so we have the Peaceful Park Pause, which is the weekly video, as well as the Wild Medina nature videos. We want to keep that name because it's kind of a cool name. But so the Wild Medina nature videos are like a minute long, less than a minute, and then the Peaceful Park Pause is anything for longer than a minute. So so that's the difference. They're basically on talking about wild animals. And then if you scroll to the bottom of that, we have our volunteer videos on there. So
what's that?
Those are anything that our volunteers have been involved with. So the first two videos are like the first. Actually, the We Love Birds was the first video I ever did. That was back in March or April of 2020, and that was just having my volunteers because we couldn't talk to them, so everything was virtual. But we had them just said, why do you like birds? And I put together a video on, and I think we won an award on the Clapper Awards. We came in second or third or something, but it was a fun video to do. Just why do you really like birds? Why do you like nature? And it was my first video I ever did. So we have different sections on there, volunteer videos, and then like funny videos. I think I have a category for. So
now, what would be a funny video?
I haven't made one in a while, but but just animal videos, just animals doing like goofy things and playing goofy music, and so there was a couple. There was one where indigo bunting was like flying like up and down the window because it saw its reflection, thinking it was another bird, and it was pretty funny. I put it to music, and it looked like it was dancing and stuff. And so,
is that available on?
Yeah, it's all on our YouTube site. Yeah.
So all the videos you've made over the past several years.
They're all on there, including the Wild Medina, the episodes, the original ones where we did like the news anchor spots, and they're all on there. So
you really found a new.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's. The thing is we want to get people out to the parks. I mean, that's our number one priority. But really, my point with the videos is, look what we have in Medina County. Look what we have in this area. It's pretty awesome. And unfortunately, I can't like travel the world. But we have really cool animals. I mean, we have. The birds, the warblers that come in that actually spend the winter, in Central and South America, and they like our bobolink. I did a whole video on that, which can nest or travel as far down as to Argentina, southern South America, and then they fly back north and they nest in our fields at Owen Slaughter Nature Center. And every year they do this. They make this huge migration, and we have cool animals in our parks, and and I'm trying to showcase that. On our YouTube site, and thanks to Joanna too, she's posting these weekly, some of these really cool animals. So, and actually, let's go to the trailer now. I think that this is a good time to move to the trailer. So,
what's a trailer?
The trailer is just kind of like the highlights of our videos that we have. So, these are something that I just kind of put together.
So these are like quick
the best
excerpts
of,
from a whole. Oh my God!
So we got and that was my coworker Natalie, who's filmed some of those too. That was me with the bobolinks, and just to kind of promote our channel. So it's this big channel trailer, but the funny thing with the bobolinks is a lot of times I never realize like how long it takes to get that shot. The videographers or photographers, they're always like. It took me so long to get that shot, and a lot of people think, oh, that was like instant. I mean, I think it was when we were shut down, but I think I was in the field maybe, most of the day trying to film the bobolinks, but it was really the coolest thing because I really got to see their behavior and film their behavior and really learned a lot about them. So
I remember hearing a long time ago that movie makers, filmmakers,
Yep.
they claim, and I believe it from my own experience and what you're saying, that it takes about 100 minutes to film 1 minute that is ever seen.
Absolutely
It's either
true.
100 minutes or
Yeah.
100 hours.
Yeah.
Might be 100 hours. I think it's 100 hours.
I'm sure it's
100
yep.
hours to end up with 1 minute
It's-
that's actually on the screen.
Yep. And that's absolutely true. It's so a lot of, I forgot to bring, I don't have my props today, so I'm kind of like lost. But
No
what
animals
Yeah, I know, no
around
animal.
here
It's just my
like we've
phone
had
and
sometimes.
pamphlets. Yeah, next time.
Next time.
But yeah, anyways, I use my binoculars, and I have a little adapter that actually fits onto the eyepiece, and then I put so most of what I film is off my phone. So I put it right on the binocular, and then you look into one side, and then you're filming, hitting the video recorder. So you're actually filming what you're looking at, which is, once again, it's going through a lot of videos before you get that perfect shot. But it really works really well. So a lot of what you're seeing, like that bobolink, was through my binoculars. And then I run the stabilizer, like I was telling Joanna, with binoculars, because they're so far away. It's really shaky. So what you're seeing in the image is, I'm like, I can't use that. But then you run that stabilizer.
What's a stabilizer?
It keeps the video from moving. So it just kind of and a lot of the video editing programs have it, including actually a really good one on my phone. But it turns really shaky video into something stable and not moving at all. So,
I bet a lot of the people who are watching us right
Yeah.
now are thinking, "Oh, I didn't know we could do that."
So $10 from Amazon. Yeah, I mean the binoculars cost a little bit more, but yeah. So I use my phone and my coworker Natalie, she has a really good camera, so she has a really good zoom. So some of the videos that you see are from her too, and my other coworker Nicole. So they help me with the YouTube page. But yeah, for most of the videos that you see, at least the ones that I do, it's off my phone, which is people find amazing. But phones, the technology nowadays is really incredible. The resolution of the videos
And we don't normally
Yeah.
think of technology in connection with the park district.
No, but our jobs have changed. I remember back in the day, we're talking to Dave, that we didn't have cell phones. So, and actually, when I first started in this field, we didn't even have the internet. So everything was, I learned everything from books and just getting out and just the field experience, learning everything. So
And
yeah,
how
times
long
have
now
changed.
have you been working in this kind of work?
So just recently, it's been 18 years that I've been with Medina County Park District, but I worked at Summit Park District for I think about 10 years, and then I started at the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. So been in the field probably well over 25 years, maybe. It's hard to
And
believe.
you still love it.
Still love it, yeah. But it it's changed. Like I said, the videos, the pictures, I never had no interest in, before 2020, and then now it's like I just love it. And thanks to you guys, I mean Joanna and the WCTV, you guys have really inspired me to do this. I love it. So
We really always love having you on the show. And tell us now, so we're into autumn. What's going on in the parks? What's happening?
Right now we just a lot of programs coming up, and I think I'm trying to think the videos that I have next. But yeah, we have a lot. There we go. So here we go. What's happening in the park? So these right now have grown up, but these are our young wild turkeys. So these are just things that you can see on YouTube. Right now, our YouTube site.
So these are wild turkeys?
Yep, that my coworker Natalie filmed. And I always add funny music to it as well. So there's actually dance music to this as well. So
now, something like that, like a wild turkey, are they a migrating bird?
They're a resident. Yeah, they hang out, and a lot of them actually hang out near our building. So especially during the winter time, because we feed birds for the winter, other birds, but there's a lot of seed on the ground, so they usually hang out there too. So these are just.
So this is really their home territory.
Yep. Yep, and I think the wild turkeys nowadays are just becoming very common. You guys are probably seeing them around here, but this is a family that just stayed around the building for all summer. I think this was shot maybe in July, so they're probably bigger now. But our next video, I already forgot. So, so just random like frogs that you find.
Is that a rock?
So that is a gray tree frog.
That's a frog?
Yep. So he was right on our deck, and this was my coworker Natalie that filmed this. So the cool thing is just to see the camouflage.
Yeah, it just blends into the background.
Yep. And the one thing I was going to talk about, so I think this video, like on YouTube, the actual views, I think is maybe 10 or 20 views, so not too many people. But then our next one, which is our Fox family video, I think is up to like 25,000 views right now. So it really did well. And this is in Medina County. It's kind of an undisclosed area. But
now,
it's,
are those fox pups?
yeah, those are
in the
pups.
background?
Yeah, those are all pups, and you'll see the adult here shortly, kind of towards the end. And this is a little bit longer video, but it's kind of cool because you don't normally get to see this. I mean, this is like National Geographic, you know. And this was just off of a trail cam, of course. But yeah, fox den right there, and I think there was maybe 5 or 6 pups. But really the cool thing about this video is the fact that they were all just, you know, playing together. There's a lot of play, you know, behavior, chasing each other during the video. So this is something that you don't normally get to see. But once again, I mean, the videos are just saying, hey, we have some cool stuff in Medina County, some cool animals, and
are these night shots?
So and then
now?
the night turns to nighttime. Right
Don't
now.
they ever sleep?
Yeah, apparently not. And then yeah, here shortly the adult will. Forgot. I think this is maybe a couple minutes long or so, but yeah, I mean, these are animals that you can see in our park, like anything that you see on their YouTube. You know, these are animals that you possibly can see, and this is I think where the maybe adult pops out. Probably should have shortened these videos a little bit. But yeah, it's.
So what you're saying then is, besides the videos that you take, there are cameras throughout the parks?
Yeah. Well, occasionally we'll put up like some trail cameras just to see what's in our parks, you know, because normally, obviously, like a den like this, you wouldn't be able to see this if you're standing next to it, and we wouldn't encourage you to do that anyways. But
and these are actually shots that, even if you were in the park, these animals would have scattered.
Yeah, and this is something like I said, if you're standing here, you're not going to see, but this is just kind of showing you that what is here.
But it does let us know that there are these really wild animals
it's pretty
that
cool.
are in the park.
Yep.
Oh,
so and then
those are fascinating.
and then the last part of that, I think it was cut off, but then the adults, the mother, father, whatever, runs out, and then the young, you know, sits there and kind of looking at her. So, but yeah, it's you know, we're saying, hey, you know, these are animals in our park, but you know, please come out to our parks because these are animals that you can see.
So what is the nature aspect, like what's happening in nature right now in the parks?
So right now, it actually in October or so, I do, and this kind of relates to some of the programs that are coming up too. I do have a spider program coming up, so there's a lot of cool spiders right now. We're still seeing the monarchs come through. I saw 2 yesterday. So there's the peak was of the migration was several weeks ago, but we're still seeing the monarchs. So it seems like they're doing pretty good this year because they'll all go to Mexico for the Mexico. It's around Mexico City for the winter, over 2,000 miles. They'll travel this generation, and then they spend the mountains up or spend the time up in the mountains, up in fir trees, just clinging to the trees, just millions of them. And then the next generation this current generation will then come back to Texas, they'll lay eggs, and then the next generation will travel north, and then so on. And we say there's about 3 or 4 generations every year of monarchs, you know, in Ohio,
So that migration path actually takes them, is this like the finish point, or do they go from here north?
So yeah, the ones coming back in the spring will keep on going north. I forget how far they go into Canada, but I mean they go into Canada, and then some will stay. During the summer, the monarchs that we're seeing are just the egg-laying generation, so they're not worried about migrating. But then it's like I said about that third or fourth generation, the light, the photo period it's called, gets less, of course, and then something's triggered in their genetics or whatever to say, hey, I need to travel, to Mexico, to central Mexico, and spend the winter. It's amazing. It's amazing that they know where to go. I mean, I get lost in my own neighborhood, so.
And they don't even need passports to cross the
exactly.
borders.
No.
They just fly their way around.
Like I said, it's good that we saw a lot of, or at least some monarchs this year. I wouldn't say like a lot, but they are. Last year they were officially on the endangered species list. So, so hopefully that'll help with providing habitat, providing the milkweed. We encourage planting the milkweed in your yard. I mean, our whole backyard that I live in Akron is all milkweed. So that's the plant that they, what is called their host plant that they feed on is caterpillars, and so that helps. But yeah, so and then there's a lot of hikes that are coming up as well. But check everything out on our website, the MedinaCountyParks.com. So everything is listed on there. And I do have a hike actually in a couple of weeks at Holmesbrook Park, which is right down the street from here. It's a park that I've hiked a couple of times with programs. So yeah, it's on the October 11th, I believe, at 10 o'clock. It's one of our Natural Discoveries hikes. So I'll be leading that, and we'll talk a little bit about the park. I was kind of new to it last year, but it is really a neat park. We're kind of working on the trails right now, working on the park. And but it's.
How many parks are in the district now?
That is a good question. I'm not sure. There's so much. There's really so much going on right now. A lot of new parks being acquired. I know the Litchfield Wetlands just opened, and here shortly, or later in the fall, the Granger Wetlands will open, and it's amazing just how much how many new parks and how much land and stuff that the park's acquiring, and which is a good thing. So
we are very fortunate in this area, not only to have so much land, but such variety of the land.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And that's our whole mission. I think with just after going through what everybody's, just the last several years, I know our mission at the park, but my personal mission too is just to get people outside. I think, just being outside is just a great positive outlet. I tell people that, if you have a stressful day, go out and watch a butterfly for 5-10 minutes. Your whole attitude will change, because there's just a sense of calmness and therapy that's outside, a great positive outlet. So that's my whole mission. A lot of my hikes I start with reading quotes, about nature-related quotes, and just to say, hey, this nature is good, and need to get outside.
Next time you're on the show, you'll have to
I'll
bring
read.
some of those
I was
quotes.
thinking today, but then I was like, I don't know, with all the
Well, are there any activities coming up this fall,
Sure.
or maybe early winter?
The one thing I wanted to promote is I forgot to show Joanna this, but this is our trekking through autumn that's started September 1st. So it runs through the end of November. And this is basically on your own. You can go out. You have to hike 8 parks, and there's a whole list of parks and trails that and it's the honor system. So you just kind of check the boxes as you go. The first year you get a backpack, and then the second, which is a really nice Medina County Park District backpack. And then the second year you get a really nice pin. And this year I believe it's a mushroom, pin. And so as the years go on, you collect them. So it's.
Where do you pick up that form?
You can go online under Medina County Park District, our MedinaCountyParks.com website. You can print the form on there, or at our nature centers you can pick these up, or headquarters. And you have until the end of November to do that. So but it's any time that you're able to go out. And then I mentioned the, which I'll be leading, the Holmesbrook Park. We have our Natural Discoveries, which is actually with a naturalist. So you do, for this one, you have to have the naturalist sign your form, but 10 hikes, you get a nice hiking staff, and then each additional, and that's within a calendar year. But then the years later, like your second year, you get a really nice patch that you can put on the hiking stick. So, that's another really cool program.
And all these events, activities, and such, you can find more information about them on the website?
All on our website, yeah.
And that website again is?
MedinaCountyParks.com.
MedinaCountyParks.com. Okay, well, we'll have to, there it is right up on the screen
perfect.
right now. Thanks. Any special activities coming up? Maybe you can give us a quick preview. We only have a couple seconds left.
So I do have speaking of spiders, I do have a spider program coming up. But look in our calendar. We have a night hike that another naturalist is leading at Owen Sawyer Nature Center on the 27th. I have to look at the schedule because I can't remember the dates. And then we actually, Halloween spectacular weekend at Susan Hamley Nature Center. And that's actually the 21st, 22nd, 28th, and 29th. And then we do have our Mysterious World of Owls, which is a very popular program at Buffalo Creek Retreat, and that is October 29th from 2
Mark,
to 3.
it's been a pleasure having you on the show. You've got to come back.
Yes, absolutely. Next time we'll focus on animals. We'll bring
Okay, we'll have
bring
some
more
animals
props.
next time. And thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this show. I certainly have. It's always amazing what's going on in our park district. So thank you, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
You all for viewing. And for RSVP, I'm Irma Baker.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.